Hello and welcome! This video I dedicate to Trinity Spear in corrupted dungeons. So let's start it. Well, today I will try to show you some useful things on Trinity Spear and also compilation of my fights, but it will be a little bit later. So, as always, let's talk about skills and passive on Trinity Spear. And for PvE, I prefer to play with the first Q, first W and third passive. For PvP, I always playing with the second Q. So, what W to choose? Harpoon against bows or frosts? Impaler versus swords, curses, something like that. Cripple, must have against swords, just must have. So look, I want to recommend start with the second Q, third W and second passive always. Because Cripple, really great choice against swords, and as you know, so many broadswords and so many claymores in the current meta right now, so I can recommend to play with the Cripple at the start. Then, so if you see that this is curse, you know, you can swap on deflecting spin. If you see that this is a fire, so also deflecting spin. But I always playing with the Cripple or Impaler or Harpoon. I really don't like to choose deflecting spin because in my opinion it's a little bit weak, because with the Impaler, with the Harpoon, with the Cripple, you can just outplay everyone, and like deflecting spin, just my opinion, I don't like it. What about passives? Always plays with the life leech. For PvE you can use attack speed. Yeah, that's all. So let's talk about Mage Cowl. So third skill, first passive, what about force field? Seriously, don't know. You don't need force field in this build. Exactly if you're playing against swords. So just damage, not force field. I don't know. So if you know how to use force field on Trinity Spear, please write in comments and I will read it, because I don't know. I never played with the force field on Trinity. So now let's talk about CLERIC. Third skill, first passive. So as I said in the previous video, you can play with a frost shield against bows or frosts, because CLERIC has only 3 seconds duration and frost shield 8 seconds. So frost shield sometimes can be really better than a Viral Sting Spirit because of duration only. And plus you can slow your enemy just to, for example, activate your Harpoon if it is bow or frost. So it's just your opinion, so it's just your experience and depends on your enemy only. What about boots? It's royal boots, third skill, second passive. Sometimes maybe you can play with a sprint, and you know, I played with the second skill. You know, it's nice. In current meta, it's really nice. It's just healing you for 244 health over 80%. That's really not bad. With a cooldown 30 seconds, you can play or with a Royal March or with a sprint. So I can recommend to use sprint against mirrors when you're playing against Trinity Spear, or when you're playing against other spears like One Hand Spear, Pike, Glaive, maybe Daybreaker. What about other matchups? I think Royal March will be a little bit later. So let's talk about capes and potential builds. In my video I played always with the Tetra Cape, and I really can recommend to play with exactly this. This is great choice for PvE and for PvP at the same time. I can also recommend to play with the Martla Cape, but I really know how it will be with the CLERIC robe because it's cloth. As you know, Martla Cape can combine really great with the cloth, leather or plate as well. But just my opinion, Tetra Cape the best choice for this build. So now let's talk about potential builds. Exactly. I prepared for you Thin Cowl, because of the current meta, you need push. So I can, for example, you're playing against sword with the Mercenary Jacket. You can push Mercenary Jacket plus at the same time 3 stacks of the Q. That's really great choice for Trinity Spear, you know, with the combo Cripple against swords. You will get 100% against them. That's so strong. So Mage Cowl for extra damage, for PvE, for PvP, with the combo of cloth. But if you want to play with the plate, for example, Soldier Armor, you can play with the Thin Cowl, it will be really nice choice. And now let's talk about Soldier Armor, of course. Third skills, first passive here and here. So that can be really great choice if you don't like play with the cloth. because plate really can be useful with the combo of Trinity Spear. I can explain why. So plates have SS duration versus players plus 40%. What does this mean? It means that your E skill stun duration will be more. It means that harpoon root's duration will be more. It means that impaler slows will be more. I mean longer. That's really can be useful if you don't like plate cloth, you know, and you prefer leather or plates, so soldier armor plus thin cowl or mage cowl, exactly for you. But what about boots? Guys, I played with so many types of the boots, you know, royal sandals, any leather shoes, any sandals, any boots, but royal boots, that's really great choice for that, I promise. So I can recommend to play only on royal boots on Trinity, and it doesn't matter clothes or plate, mage cowl or thin cowl, it's just the best choice. So, and my finally part of this video, consumables. Today I will talk only about Pumisnappa. In my opinion, Pumisnappa, it's one of the best food for Trinity Spear always. Why I'm not talking about Eelstone? Because Eelstone kinda bad for this build. Yes, this is additional damage, additional cooldown rate, but for this build you need exactly this. Whenever you deal damage, steals 8% of the health the enemy has lost for the next 3 minutes. Your damage in Trinity Spear insane, just because of second Q or first Q. That damage will compensate a high HP recovering from Pumisnappa, so that's why not Eelstone. Of course you can use Eelstone for kite builds like bows or frosts, but as I said before, Pumisnappa is the best choice. And what about potion? As always, poison I can recommend to use in PvP, only for PvE. Resist potions against extra damage, exactly if you're playing with the cloth, always start with the resist potion, because you can play against swords, claymores, frosts, curses, and you need the resist potion because of cloth. If you're playing against plate, I can recommend to start with a healing potion, and just use like in 90% matchups. Of course you can sometimes use versus extra damage like Trinity Spear, you know, if it will be mirror or claymores who playing with a cloth or leather. So I hope you got something useful from this video and you will improve your PvP skill as much as possible. So now I want to show you my compilation of fights on Trinity Spear, and be sure that you put like and subscribe to the channel because we're starting. Let's go!
Take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing up, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners would never look down. No one can stop us. We got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world.
Wow, he almost killed me. Well, the mistake was that I spent my E for nothing. Okay. Wow. Wow. Хорош. Хорош. Thanks everyone for watching, there will be more videos on my channel soon, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Спасибо всем за просмотр, скоро будет больше видео на моем канале, поэтому не забывайте поставить лайк и подписаться на канал. Goodbye!